Hey guys, today we're going to talk more base running, specifically from third base. This is third, second's over there, home's over there, okay? One thing that I haven't mentioned on all the other bases, and this is really, really important, and this is another tool for your players to have in their toolbox, you've got to pay attention to the pitcher and his tendencies, his release point, and you could get really good jumps on bad pitches just by watching the pitcher's release point. So you're watching him, he's throwing a lot of curveballs or a lot of sliders or a lot of dirt balls in general. You can kind of tell from his release point that he let go of that ball way too late, and that's really good chances of being a spiked ball that the catcher's not going to be able to stop. Be aggressive with your footwork, be aggressive anticipating that you're going to take another base. Same thing when it's up. Guy's throwing high, he's throwing balls to the backstop. Pay attention to his release point a little bit. Give yourself every advantage you can. So now, especially at third base, you can taste it now. You're whatever field you're playing on that many feet away from scoring, all right? So third base, your third base coach here is giving you instructions, and I've coached third base a lot in my life, and you usually tell your player with less than 2 outs, whatever you're choosing to do, whether you're playing contact and they're going on any ball hit on the ground, that's up to you in that particular situation, but you're teaching them that they need to freeze on a line and tag on a ball in the air. You'll come up behind them and tell them that, they'll take their lead, the ball will be a fly ball, and there they go. So you really gotta hammer that home, that when they're on third base with less than 2 outs, they have to tag on a fly ball. Okay, so your lead at third base has to be in foul territory. If the hitter hits a ball and unfortunately hits the base runner, it's going to hurt, but here, you're not out. Here, you're out. So you have to take your lead in foul territory. So when you take your lead, you need to be watching the pitcher. He's the only guy that can get you out. At some of the younger ages, the third basemen hold you on, which is really weird. At the higher levels, there's nobody holding you on, but you should know where is the third baseman. And obviously, you're looking now, not when you're over there. You can take a peek back now and see where he is, but now it's between you and the pitcher. You're watching for his arm slot. Not many pickoffs at third, but you got to look for the pickoffs. So your secondary, we talked about timing. When that ball is in the hitter zone, you have to be landing with your right foot on the ground. Again, don't get your shoulders turned so you're facing home plate. A good catcher will turn and fire and get you out. You need to be landing on your right foot when the ball is in the zone with your shoulders square, but you're looking. The ball's not hit. There's no chance for you to advance. You're back in the baseline. So now he has to throw over you. And depends on how big your lead was, how fast you are, how good the catcher is. I mean, if you're not being real aggressive in this situation, you don't have to go sprinting back to the bag on every play. You can turn and walk watching the catcher as you go back into the bag, okay? Here's another huge point. So many times, at so many levels, runners on first and third, I'm the third base runner, the pitcher throws over to first to try to keep the runner close or to pick him off, and the runner on third goes back. Why are you going back? He just threw the ball farther away from you. Now it's only that guy at first base that can get you out. He throws the ball to first. You got to shuffle off a little bit more, anticipating that maybe he makes a bad throw, or he slaps the tag on and the ball comes out of his glove and you're scoring. And you have to think about those things and teach your players to think those things. Anticipate those things happening, okay? So we're shuffling off the bag, we're landing on our right foot, the ball's hit on the ground, depending on what your coach told you and where the defense is playing. If you're playing contact, you're immediately going. If you're reading it to make sure it gets through, you freeze to read it. If it's on a line, you freeze to read it and get back to the bag. If it's in the air and there's less than 2 outs, you're getting back to the bag. People do this differently. Personally, any ball over that side, you're in this position. To be in this position, looking that way, is not athletic. So you should be in this position, waiting for him to catch the ball, and boom, you're off. If the ball is in foul territory, and as a base runner, Anytime for the rest of your life that a ball goes up in the air in foul territory, no matter what base you're on, you're tagging. You can't do anything else. Go tag. Guy makes a great play down the right field line, falls down, hits the fence, whatever, you score. Balls in foul territory, you go back to bag. Go back to tag, to the bag. So balls in foul territory, I'm going to go back to the bag this side. So I can see it. You got to see the play to make the play. All right? And then once you do tag, same technique, getting into the sprinter's position as quickly as you can, and then sliding and making good slides to avoid tags. That will be a whole nother video. But also make sure at third base you're listening to your coach. He's telling you what to do. Pay attention to tendencies. Catcher's not a very good blocker of the ball. You're aggressive. You're thinking you're going to score. The backstop is 20 feet away. Easy. Backstop 7 to 8 feet away. Some of those fields are close. You really can't take too many chances. The ball bounces right back to the catcher, but always be prepared, right foot hitting ground when the ball gets into the zone so that you can make quick judgments and be the difference between being out and safe. Okay, hope that helps.